Good morning, Shabbat Shalom. Happy Saturday. Today is July 2, 2022, and welcome once again to our morning devotions and meditations on the words of God this beautiful Saturday morning. After the Lord Jesus Christ has called his disciples, started his public ministry, begins to heal the sick, perform miracles, signs and wonders, and then exorcism, we come now to the teaching part. He went into a mountain here in Matthew, but in Luke it was just a sermon on the plain, and he begins his teaching by the beatitude, the blessedness of life. What is it? Ano po? So, blessed are the poor in spirit. That means humility. That's a beatitude that we should have. Humility, be humble. Sabi nga ni D.L. Moody, be humble or you will stumble. So the second blessedness of life, or the beatitude that we should have as followers of the Messiah, is that blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Life is not about partying, enjoying. That is not life as God wanted it to be. Just as He created Adam and Eve, that they would be priest and king, that they would be ruling, and God wanted to dwell with His people. So that is the main purpose of us being created by God, to have a relationship with Him, not to enjoy ourselves, not to lavish ourselves in this world, and live life. Sabi nga yung YOLO, you only live once, you live whatever you wanted, or however you wanted it. But that's not the purpose of life in this world. We should, sabi nga dito, that blessed are they that mourn. It means the suffering of the righteous. There is suffering in the time of the Lord Jesus Christ. They were in crisis. They were in bondage. They are under the Roman rule, 80% taxation. There's so much inhumanity and inequality during the time of the Lord Jesus Christ. But He says, "Blessed are the poor. Blessed are you that you are that you must continue to be humble in the land, and then you suffer for righteousness' sake." The idea of suffering or martyrdom or suffering for righteousness is nothing new, because in the Hasmonean kingdom, in the Maccabean revolt, they really seeking and wanting to be martyred, to die, to suffer for righteousness' sake. And so, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Life is not about blessings. Life is not about, we do not measure our piety, our spirituality through the material things that we receive in this life. There are many promises of God, but the thing is, just as the challenge of Satan, the opposer in the book of Job, that Job that Job served God for naught. Our motivation in our serving God is not about the things that we can have from Him. That is being a mercenary for God. That means a mercenary is someone that will perform everything in exchange of lavish support or gift that he is taking from his master. We are not serving God, because if that is the case, then Satan is true to his accusation against our God. But the thing is, we are not serving God for the things that we can get from a from a beneficial God, from a God who can give us everything in this life. But we are serving God out of our love, dedication, and out of our loyalty, out of our faithfulness to Him and to Him alone. Blessed are they that mourn, ano po? For they shall be comforted. It speaks of suffering for righteousness' sake. Just as Moses, we find in the book of Hebrews, he left everything because he doesn't want to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. Just as the Apostle Paul meron siyang napakagandang future as he studied from the feet of Gamaliel. From out of the 1,000 students, Paul was chosen. He could have been the next Gamaliel or the next Chief Justice of the Sanhedrin. But the thing is, when he met the Lord Jesus Christ, he forsook everything and counted all down. Sabi nga niya, ano po, I counted everything lost for Christ. Just as a missionary, when he goes to his mission field, he burns all the bridges that would connect him from his past. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. The idea of suffering for righteousness' sake in the time of the Lord Jesus Christ in the Maccabean period is a is a is a thing that is magnified in their time. Just as the Maccabean children suffered, or they think they are suffering for the righteousness, for the sake of the people. That's why in the teaching of the Lord Jesus Christ, blessed are they that suffer for righteousness' sake. It is good that we suffer for righteousness' sake. Sabi nga ni Haring David, Panginoon, wag mo ako masyadong pagpalain, baka makalimutan kita. Wag mo naman ako masyadong paghirapin, baka ako na may magnakaw. Tamang-tama lang ibigay mo sa akin. That's why the pattern for the Lord's Prayer, that we depend on our God. Give us this day our daily bread. And that is my prayer every day. Diba? There are needs, there are things that we are in want and we are in need in this life. But the thing is, we should depend on God, that He will be supplying all the things that we need in this life. And that is more highly regarded. Mas maganda yun kapag walang-wala ka na, Diyos tutugon sa ating mga panalangin. Not that we do not want blessings in this life, not that we do not want the material things that we need in this life. But the thing is, that is not our motivation. We suffer, there is suffering, then kung puro blessing lang ang hinahanap natin, edi para na tayong mga prosperity gospels. Ano po? Pagpalain, pag may pagpapala, ligtas ako. Pag walang pagpapala, hindi yata ako ligtas. Hindi na ako maglilingkod sa Panginoon. But the thing is, we suffer for righteousness' sake. Later on, we shall be rewarded and we shall be comforted. Just as Job suffered for righteousness, the thing is, he cannot see the thing that is happening in his life. But the point of Job, the writer of Job, is that we should trust the wisdom of God. So whatever is happening, we do not question it. That is not fatalism, no po? But we trust God. We see His wisdom. We continue on, and we still be faithful to the God, to the sovereign God, that whatever He wills, He does it because He is a God who is our King, Master, and Sovereign above all. Just as Job suffered. And then we see the example of the three friends of Daniel while they were thrown into the fiery furnace. Sabi nung hari sa kanila, ililigtas ba kayo ng Diyos? Ng inyong Diyos? Sabi ng tatlong kaibigan ni Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, mahal na hari, iligtas man kami o hindi ng aming Diyos, hindi pa rin kami sasamba dyan sa iyong Diyos-Diyosan na iyong ginawa. Mga kaibigan, ang buhay ay hindi lamang para sa kasiyahan na meron tayo dito sa lupa. Ano po? So, yun ang hinahanap ng iba. Ngunit, kung tayo'y gaya nga ng sinabi ng Panginoong Jesus, blessed are they that mourn. That means someone who suffer for righteousness' sake, which is more blessed. Ano po? For they shall be comforted. Maging sa buhay ng Panginoong Jesus, ano po, if we are disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, sabi nga sabi, wala daw siyang matutulugan, wala siyang sariling tirahan, wala siyang maglagakan ng kanyang ulo pag siya'y matutulog. So, we need to have a better perspective of Christianity. Ano po? So, ang buhay hindi lamang para sa kasiyahan sa ating buhay sa sarili natin, kundi sa paglilingkod. At kung dahil sa paglilingkod na yun, we suffer for righteousness' sake, then that is more blessed this life. Ano po? Marami pong salamat at nawa mapagpala tayo sa buong maghapon na ito. Shabbat Shalom. Isipin natin, there is suffering, but if we suffer for righteousness' sake, that is more highly commendable in this life. Marami pong salamat at pagpalain tayo ng Panginoon.